Good afternoon and welcome to the initial installment of Wise Words with Brando, owner and founder of the beloved Brando's Boys. So this segment, I'm not going to overcommit to anything. I'm just going to say we'll do this as necessary. Kind of like how in a playoff series, games 5, 6, and 7 are as necessary. So what I mean there is, whenever I deem that Flash gets a little too uppity, too full of himself, starts blowing just way too much hot smoke, then I'll come out with another edition of Wise Words with Brando to help put him back in his place. And I also am just going to do it as necessary to avoid overcommitting and then not coming through on my promise. Kind of like through the steering wheel, which to my best knowledge has been produced once through the first 11 weeks of this DFL season. So anyway, don't want to overpromise, underdeliver. We'll try and go the other way here. Point of this segment is really just to bash Flash. So, for the name, you're wondering how I went with Wise Words. Decided to name it in honor of Cam Newton, captain, not necessarily the leader of Brando's Boys this year on the field. Cam, as we are probably all very well aware, has a penchant for misquoting cliches and history. One of my personal favorites is hindsight is always 50-50. Not quite, but we get what he's going for there, and you know, that phrase never rings truer than this week. If Flash knew how things would transpire on the fantasy gridiron over the weekend, he likely wouldn't have produced that show with all those blatant falsities this past week, known as Through the Steering Wheel. But anyhow, you live and you learn. I trust that Flash will never mature. So, this past weekend, just going to give a quick breakdown of our fantasy matchup here. Brando's Boys coming in, still some slight playoff hopes. Flash really hanging there by a thread. My team, 4 guys on bye. It's half the team. It's a big deal. But, as Cam says, the Titanic must go on. And in this version of history, the Titanic did just that. Brando's Boys sailed by with the 135.8 to 120.9 victory this past weekend, capped off by Tyler Lockett's 57-yard kickoff return on Monday Night Football. Finished him off under the lights, shoved the sword through Flash's fantasy hopes and dreams, put to rest any past demons, once again proving that Brando's Boys are superior to Flash and whatever his team name is this year. The Freedom Flyers actually do like that name, Flash. So anyhow, just want to send out a weekly reminder. You can never get enough of this. Flash is trash. With that, signing off.